Welcome. My name is Mark Anthony Dubose Jr. And I was born July 4th, 1986. I want to say thank you for tuning in to try to figure out some more about these dogs. And something I want to talk about today, and it's not really going to be too much on dog specific, but I've got to make a video based on someone leaving a comment on one of my old videos. It really got me thinking about, I want to ask a question, and I want everyone to ask this question. What are your goals? What are you trying to get at? What are you looking for? What do you want? What do you desire? What do you need? A lot of these questions that I think we should keep like on our forefront of our day to day. Because if we're not, we're just going to keep, for instance, doing the same stuff over and over again and end up getting nowhere. And you're going to end up nowhere in a way that you're just going to be struggling and not really sure knowing why you're struggling. And that's what I want as many people to get out of. That's what I'm doing with when I'm working with these dogs and why I'm even out doing what I'm doing. That I've got goals that I have. For me, I'll just simply state one of the goals that I have is one with these dogs. And I want to be able to work with these dogs in a way that's kind of like, say, not old school, but like old ancient. There's no way we had dogs running a food, running all around, and we needed this regiment, we needed to do this, we needed this. There's just no way. Because dogs wouldn't be near us if it was like that hard to do. As much as I see a lot of y'all are having such like frustration, there's no way possible that we would be able to have these dogs getting closer and closer to us the way that they are if it was like that aggravating. We would just been giving up. We would say, you know what, forget it, I'm moving on. So my goal with these dogs is being able to get to a place that it gets easy and it just flows and I don't have to like, this may sound messed up, but like put anything added into it. I just do what I already do and they add extra to what it is that I do. Not that I have to stop and slow down and rearrange my life for the dog, but I'm going to end up getting 10 times more stuff done because I have the dogs. That's some of my goals that I have when I look at dog and wondering how to be able to get back to like the core basic fundamentals of not only just dog, but animals. The core fundamental. We never used to have electric fence chargers. How'd they keep animals contained? We never used to have all these fancy fence lines. How do we keep animals contained? We didn't have all this fancy, any of these things, but yet we were able to somehow be able to live. So in my world, what I do in my life is I'm going backwards. As much as every single year, on my birthday is a date that is my New Year resolution. And every single year, moving on this 7th year now, I'm realizing I'm going further back. I'm getting further away from using things that basically you're using inside of your home right now. Like I'm going backwards, and I love it. It's like bringing me so much joy, bringing me so much life to be able to just move in a way that I'm not dependent so much on everything around me to be able to survive anymore, that I'm trying to figure out how to do it on my own, man. And not only just me, but everything around me. My first goals were, how do I create food for myself? And I realized that's easy. How do I create food for a family? That's still easy. How do I create food for a community? That's what I'm working on still now. Trying to figure out how do I feed enough to be able to feed 100 families worth, 500-600 people. And then I was wondering, I like the dogs. I like all my animals. So how do I be able to keep the dogs moving, surviving, living, if I don't have everything out there to be able to just easily go get some kibble right now, easily go to the grocery store and even get meat for them? I wouldn't survive right now if I had to buy like meat out of the store for my dogs to eat right now. Like, I don't know how you people is doing it. That's why I got freezers stocked up with food and food running around out here to be able to do what I got to do. My goals are to like figure out how to be able to get to the core fundamentals of just being in tune with nature, with this world, and not like being in it, but just living in it and just using it the way that in reality I just come to see is we're intended to be able to use it. And that's where my journey with all of my videos have been. Like looking from years ago, how I was, what I was doing. I mean, years ago, I was on drugs. I couldn't function. I could barely stay awake. I didn't get nothing done. To the point that now I'm no longer in that stance. I'm really functioning. I'm getting things done. I'm able to put plans together. I'm getting things happening. Watching my dogs in the beginning, seeing how they were, seeing how I had to communicate to them, seeing how things were going, to just where I am today. And this is like my that's the best way to put it. My TV show, putting out to the world of what it is that I've been going on with me, to be able to hopefully help someone, and if not, even at least inspire someone to like maybe just do the same thing. That's my number one thing. I'd really like more people to start making videos, start putting videos on so people can see and people to understand your story and what's going on with you. Somebody wants to see it. I'm telling you, I'm promising you, guaranteeing you that. Somebody wants to see it. Somebody wants to know where you started, what you're working on, and where you're headed, and what you got plans to be able to do. And don't worry about it being perfect. My stuff still today is not perfect. I'm sitting on a water barrel with my, I got to get some new boots someday, but I'm still rocking it, man. I don't care. With one of my old busted Jeep Comanches back there, ain't got no motor, ain't got nothing in it anymore. It's probably got rats living in it at this moment. Like, nothing's perfect, but it's just the story of what's going on. And my story has been able to help so many people with your dogs. And that's just part of my story that I can help you out with getting food, people. We gonna be hungry one day, and I need to get back to that, but we're gonna talk about some dogs for a while still, because if you frustrated with your dog, you ain't even worried about that part of it for some reason. Like, we can only focus on one huge challenge. Since we're all still eating pretty decently today, then the dog is the issue in the household. And something that I've just really have noticed with me trying to get in tune with nature has led me to keep getting more and more understanding of how these dogs actually work and how they function, and what their roles are, what they're all about, how to be able to use them, what they're for, everything about them in a way that just simplifies my life. Because that's what these dogs do. Outside of Johnny, man, he a dog. I don't really know what to say much about him, but he's just there to hang out, I guess, to put a smile on my face, just to be in the house, and just to hang out, and just to sleep, and just to be. But even in that, it does bring some sort of ease to me. At least I know you ain't running in my house right now, because he's definitely gonna, he's big enough to he scare people. That's why I like taking him in public too much. He got a big mouth. But it's just something about being able to work in tune with them as opposed to against them. Because that's what I realized when I went to dog training school and trying to work with dogs. I was working against them. That's why I needed like a higher reward. Another this, another that. Change this collar, this system, this thing, this technique, this way. It was the techniques that I just started to like, why we need all of these techniques to just get this dog to want to hang with me? Why do I got to do all of this for the dog to just be with me? And I was just like, I'm working against nature right now. I'm working against the dog. And I started to just, I didn't care for that at all, because I started working horses. I worked horses way more than I worked dogs. You don't mess up with horses, man. These horses, I mean, a dog can kill you, but a horse could do it so much easier. So much easier, to the point that you get nervous, man. You get nervous around. So you have to come at them in a specific type of way, because they're very nervous. And when you're working with them to help them through that, it's a beautiful experience. And I just was able to work with a horse trainer that was who all he was about, man. He's about the utility, getting these horses to be able to want to work for us. Not like have to because they're gonna die or something bad, but they want to. And that created such an amazing horse. But then I noticed, like, a lot of the dog training techniques were working against the dog. So that's when we need it more and more and more. And I was just like, this isn't it. This isn't it. So I was on a more, how do I work in tune with nature, with the dog, with all of my animals? And that's what I'm working on. And that's what one of my major goals is, that I'm always constantly thinking about every single day. How do I be able to just flow with my dogs? Just have them be around. Have my dogs being able to do what they're doing right this moment is what I've always looked at my dogs that I want to be. How do I do that? How do I see others that are just doing it? They just have dogs, man. I mean, granted, my situation is a little sticky for me because I got chickens running around out here. And I'm just, right now, just winging it, man. Just see what's going to happen. I'm not in a sterile, there's no animals, there's just random deer here and there, but I wanted to be able to do that with any dog. I don't care the drive in the dog. I don't care the passions behind it. I wanted to be able to just do what I'm doing right this moment. Be with my dogs. Because you know how easy it is right now to be with these dogs? I don't even know how many got out here. There's like 5 dogs out here. And I'm not even like, I haven't even checked in on them yet still. That's what I want it to be like with my dogs. To just be able to be in tune with, if I stop, I move, I get up, they're like, okay, what are we gonna do now? And not have to be on this like, you gotta this, you gotta this, you gotta this, you gotta, it's not working, man. It just wasn't working for me. And this is what I've been constantly working on, that hopefully I could be able to help out more people with me being able to help my own self, because I was struggling, man. I'm struggling a way that all y'all struggling inside of your house, if you're even watching this video trying to figure out more about your dogs, I was struggling the exact same way. Like just frustrated and even angry and even just like mad and just like some days happy and just all these emotions all around. Nothing was just like stable. It's like I had a good day, then a day that's just like, what the heck just happened? What's going on right now? And it was all over the place. And I realized it was because of what I was doing to the dog, not working with it, but working against it. Then now that I'm no longer working against, not perfectly, I'm still like learning a lot, even still now. I heard a chick making noise. So I know something's probably going on back there. We're still not like 100% in tune. So I'm still learning. This is a life journey. This is why for me, man, if we could do something, I wish that I could live to 1,000 years, because these dogs are going to take me 100 years at least to be able to like get a good understanding on. And then another animal, another animal, another animal, another animal. I just want to keep going and going and going. I've just got out of horses. I want to get back into that. I need at least 100 years to just really, really understand these dogs, like have a good grasp of what's going on with them so that I can work with them. I can see them. I can learn more about what it is that they're actually looking for. I can allow them to help me. Like one thing a lot of these dogs help me with is let me know what's going on with the weather. I watch my dogs over the cows or anything else to know when it's going to rain, when the weather's coming, when it's going to get cold, when it's going to be hot, when all this is going on. Because I know it's about to be hot. Because my Johnny man, he is shedding more hair this year than I've ever seen. Ophi, he's shedding way more hair down than I've ever seen before. So he's getting it all out. He's letting me know like it's about to get warm. As much as I'm hoping that it doesn't. It's hot around here already. And I know a lot of y'all more likely is hot as well. And we don't want to need it to be too hot. But I want to like learn more about these dogs. And the more that I learn about them and what they're doing, the simpler I realize my life is just in general with a lot. Not only just like going for a walk, but like just my walk today, taking my dog out. I have a sense of like security behind me with what it is that where I go and how I am with these dogs. I can take my shepherd out and I have a sense of security knowing that things are going to be all right. Everything is going to be fine. That I don't need to like be on edge, because someone sees that dog and they're going to leave me alone. They're going to straight up leave me alone. They're not going to mess with me. And that brings something that is just calmness. And out here, no, I mean, my dude's got a bum foot right now, but don't let that bum foot deceive you. If you try to come up here at night and try to get near my patio, you better think twice about that. I got a sense of security that I could just be able to sleep good. A sense of security that the other dogs can watch the other animals and be able to help them out and take care of them and do what they got to do. The sense of security, they're amplifying my life as opposed to being a nuisance. And it's the unfortunate thing that a lot of y'all, your dog is a nuisance to you. It's not doing nothing to bring you any sort of satisfaction, any sort of joy. It's leading you into absolute frustration. And more than likely, that frustration that you're in, you're putting that on the dog as well. The dog is also frustrated. The dog is getting to the point that it's just, it has to push back. It has to lash out because of how we're not working in tune with them, how we're working completely against them, how we're just doing everything to like really just attack the dog for being a dog, not allowing the dog to just be a dog, not giving the dog the needs that the dog needs. So then we're working completely negative with the dog and not working in a positive way with them. That's where the first fundamental change that really happened with me of looking at these dogs is realizing the positive that I was thinking and perceiving that I was giving to the dogs is actually a negative. And the negative that the dog is getting, that's why I'm in frustration. And that's why we're not in tune with each other. But when I started to give the dog the actual true positive, I started to see things get much, much nicer. And you know what's weird about that is that's the best way of putting it. It's worked for us right now because we're not used to that. We're used to like dictating and telling everything what to do. Your kid's room's a mess. You're used to just walking in there and just say, clean it up. As opposed to like teaching the child how to be and how to do and how to have the right habits by showing them how to be right. We're just like, you better do it. And then the kid asks, oh, why? And you're just like, shut up. You don't question authority. We love to get into work and do that same stuff. We love to become a man. I saw this so much in the military. You was the E4 specialist. As soon as they hit sergeant, you're just like this barking orders at everybody. Like you're something special now. And it's just like, it's just what we do, man. It's unfortunate that that's further and further we keep living on this planet, the more and more that most people are kind of just going into this. We're just heading into just territory of just wanting to dictate. I want it now. You better do it because I said so. And that doesn't work. It doesn't work. It gives you a sense of false security. But as far as everything like really being good and really working, we're stumbling, we're fumbling. Because I know for a fact that I was falling into that. Telling that dog right there, the one that just came up, Johnny man, you better. And you don't have a choice. That dog would, this dude, and for me, there's a flight risk all the time. I'm always on edge about that. He's the last one right now. This is Dalmatian. She's running way up there in the field, and I'm just sitting here like, hopefully she comes back. I mean, she's gonna come back. There's a fence up there. She can't go nowhere. But I hope she makes a wise decision right now of what I've been working with her. And right now I want to be able to give her like some freedom. I'm not hounded all on top of you. And it's wild because that's how things come back to us. When we're hounding all on it, they want to push away. They want to get away. But when we give them some freedom and we relax them, they want to get closer. They want to get as close as absolute possible to us because we've given them that freedom. And that's what I constantly keep seeing with these dogs. And it is scary, man. It is frightening. It is terrifying in reality. Granted, I'm semi-safe out here where I live and what I got going on because I'm all fenced in. I mean, not perfect fence. I got barbed wire in the front. But if the dog want to get out, the dog can get out. I mean, my dogs can jump. These fences are only 4 feet high. They can jump them so easily. They can get out of here. They can dig under. They can do what they got to do to get out of here. But I'm putting in the foundation of what I want, what I'm looking for. And thankfully, she came back without no struggle, without no fight, without no nothing. And but if they wanted to leave, they could. But I have to know that what I've been doing is showing them that you don't need to leave. You can stay. And when I just kind of get off of them, I stop pestering them. I stop trying to make them do everything so perfect for me. That it's like they draw in. They're just like, I gotta be with that person. That person is awesome. That person is what they want to be around. And that's a universal thing here, y'all. That works with kids, spouses, everything, grandparents. The more that you're just like trying to dictate, the more they want nothing to do with you in the future. They're trying to get away from you. And that's a huge goal of mine, of how to work in tune with, not only just dogs, but people, everything, how to work in tune with. So we're together. We're not like together because you have to be, but because you want to be. And that's the biggest thing that I've noticed with these dogs, with one of my goals of, I want my dog to just be with me just because. That's what my border collie is, man. This dude with me. Where I go, he is. I stop, he stops. We running, he's running. He's just with me. He's always around me. He's always just there. And I was just like, how do I get all the dogs to be like that with me? And when I was doing dog training stuff with this dog and my other shepherd, I noticed they didn't want to be with me. So then I had to force them with that e-collar, with that leash, with the everything. I had to like force them. I was like, you got to stay. Then when I started to relax that, I noticed like they got their distance. Johnny had some distance. He used to sit on the opposite side of the house, man. And then he started to get closer and closer. And now he just sit and hang out with me. Now he'll lay with me. Now he pretty much always comes in, he checks in on me because I started to work with him as opposed to against him. And that's what I want more people to really start to think about with not just dogs, but everything in your life. You want to work in tune with nature because this world it's pretty neat with how it's set up for us to be able to like, best way of putting it is straight up is use it to be able to like make something happen. And it's crazy that like the most wealthiest people on this planet, they're using the planet and not in a way that being destructive and abusive to it because the planet grows back again. But they're using the planet to be able to, for one, how you eating right now? We're using this planet to be able to eat. How you drinking? We're using this planet to be able to drink. How you breathing? We're using this planet to be able to breathe. You controlling and working and maneuvering all that, because that's what all these major companies are running right now, is all of that. And they're the wealthiest people on the planet by just using what's already here. And when you're working with it, it's going to keep wanting to work. That's where we're having issues today, because we want to try to change it up. We want to try to like, what do you call it? Modify this and modify that to try to make it go more, because we want more. You know, enough isn't enough. We want more. But if you just be satisfied and happy with enough, man, you can live such a fantastic life. And you can have fantastic things around you. That's how I am with my dogs. Do I expect this perfect sit, perfect down, perfect this? No. And I noticed that the more that I wanted that we're not in tune. But the more I just was like, you're doing the best that you can in reality. Straight up. Someone may not like to hear that because you got to have that control. Everything got to be perfect. I used to be that way. And I'm no longer that way. I'm fine with you doing the best that you can. And tomorrow, oh man, I've been listening to, I highly recommend, I said his name months ago in a video, but Stoney Dennis, man, the man has got some very good things to talk about. Not only just dogs, he's got a lot of good things to talk about. We just want it a little bit better, day by day, a little bit better. Even if it's a little bad today, it's okay, but a little bit every day. That's all we're looking for is a little bit. We don't need this huge transformation overnight. One day we're just like in chaos and bam, look at it, it's perfect in 5 minutes. That's the 5-minute success. It's all on YouTube right now. We don't want that. That's not working in tune. You're doing something of disrespect to be able to get that. You're trying to cheat, manipulating. You're not doing things. You're being deceitful. You want a little bit every day, a little bit. You give it a little bit. So today my little bit is just seeing what they're going to do, no expectations. I let that Dalmatian, she was just a quarter mile almost at the front end of that driveway. She's just checking it out, exploring, seeing what's going on. I love, the thing I like about that is I like her courage. I like her confidence. I love that about a dog that's just like confident. Those dogs, we don't really have much to worry about in reality. And that's what I've been giving to my dogs, is how to build their confidence. And I do a little bit each day. Each day, things will just get better and better and better and better and better and better and better. Little baby steps along the way. That's how we're going to get the main success on this planet. You want to be, everyone's, I want to be a millionaire. I want to be a multi-millionaire. Little bit every single day. Little bit. Little decisions that you make. I wanted to go like today. I shouldn't have picked up this tea. I bought me a tea. Cost me $3. I could have skipped that. It saved me $3 and just say, you know what? I just drink my water. That's free out of the faucet. But no, little things like that. You just deny yourself a little bit today. Tomorrow you have a lot bit more. You keep working a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. That's how we're going to be able to get the success that you're actually looking for. And that's what my primary focus of everything that I've been doing and talking about and being about with every single video that I do. A little bit here and there. A little bit. You're not going to turn on my video today, tomorrow turn on the next video and be like, oh, wow, that dog is like, they're all just there. It's all perfect. And you're not going to see that from me. And if that's what you're looking for, I'm not the one to be paying attention to. I'm not going to show you how to get your dog to do anything in 5 minutes. Even in a month. I'm like the long game here because I know that these dogs are 15 to 25 years, 20 years. They're long. It's a long game here. And if I put in the right foundation, small little steps every single day, I see great things happen. And that's what I've been doing with this Dalmatian every day, small little steps. I didn't expect her to walk perfect with me day one. I said, we're going for a walk. Who cares? Whatever happens, happens. And we just keep going more and more and more and more and more and more every single day. To the point that today, when I take her for a walk, she looks like a professional. She looks so good. She's so in tune with me. She's with me. She's no longer chasing and going at stuff. When I'm on flat collar, when I'm on harness, yeah, she could do whatever she wants to do. But she could stop that for as long as I want today. And that's the small, slow, steady stages. I've had this dog now for 5 months. 5 months. And the past 3 months is when I really got away from any kind of pressure. I just was like, we're just doing what we're doing. And I'm seeing huge things happen. And give me another year with this dog. And that's how I look and I view this life. And that's why for me, a thing that I want a lot of us to really just think about is your goals. What are your goals? What are you looking for? What do you want? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to achieve? Because if you stop thinking about that, you're going to forget. And then you're just going to go into like doom and gloom in reality at the end of the day, people. You're going to end up in a sticky situation. Something I want a lot of people to think about is, what do you want? What are you trying to do? Thank you. Yeah, everybody just chilling back there. Everybody's just hanging out. I don't know what I was expecting, but I just winged it right now. I just said, I'm just going to throw this camera on and just let the dogs all be free. Even a newer dog out here that, not that it's risky. I've had her before. I worked that dog 2 years ago, and she's been a good dog. And this is the part that I'm going to say that, you know, some may not agree with what I'm about to say right now. But if you're looking for a pet dog, please look for a pet dog. They are out there. They are out there. Like the guy that got that dog, the guy that's got his breeder dogs that he's about to get a dog now to be able to put out to market, to be able to give dogs to people. These dogs are so chill. Like she walks up this driveway and back and she's like good for the day. She's done. That's a simple walk around the block for most people. Done. If you want a nice, calm, hangout pet dog, please look for it. It's there. It's in the shelter. It's at the breeders. It's in your neighbor's house that can't keep it for whatever reason because they're moving. It is there. These dogs are there. And they are awesome. They are amazing. Who cares what it looks like? Who cares what you think about it? Just know that once you have that dog that you're looking for as that pet, you are going to love that dog with all your heart and all your might. Stay away from these high energy, high active dogs if that is not what you want. If you're looking for a nice, calm, submissive, hangout, chill pet, please. The one thing that I would just highly recommend everyone is hire you a trainer to help you because there's a service, there's a TV show even that came out with that, of a guy that's like helping people get the right dog for you. He's going to the shelters, he's going to the places, I think he only works shelters, to get that dog that is a suitable fit for you. And then he would work with it a little bit, play with it, do some stuff, and then get it to work for you. That's what I suggest everyone to do, because this is a 15+ year commitment that you're getting yourself into. Just research and look and find and spend money up front. You don't want to, because this is the thing, you could spend $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 for a free dog out of the shelter up front. And then you're gonna have a dog that is gonna be amazing for the rest of your life. You'll never buy no trainer, no nothing, no issues, no anything. You have a nice dog that you're looking for because you were actually selecting that dog. That's one thing that I wish that I can say to as many people as possible. Do your research and find the dog. Find that dog that is for you. Just take the time, take the time and put in the effort of like actually researching what you're looking for. And you're gonna get what you're wanting. That's one thing that goals people. What is your goal for the dog? What is your goal? What is your end result that you're looking for? My end result is different than yours. So don't like take even my recommendation for what I like. I like high energy dogs. Clearly, I have minis. I like it. I think they're the best. I think they're premium. And when I see like a hangout pet dog, I'm just like, that's just not me. That's not who I am. I'm like, I'm on 10, man, all the time. I'm just on the go all the time. That's why I like me those dogs, because they fit for me. They fit me. Whereas like Johnny, he don't fit me, man. He's slow. Sorry, Johnny. But he's slow, man. He's just like, he not with it. When we get up and do stuff, like he behind the curve. And it's nothing wrong with him. It's because someone is going, I mean, in reality, I end up having to rehome him at some point when even at this point today, I could do such a thing. But I like him. So it's hard for me to rehome him. I'm in that dilemma. But he's a really nice pet dog. Really chill. A dog you take around the block. He's good. He's not going to react to no dogs. He's not going to bark at no dogs. He's not going to react and bark at you. He's just going to sleep, hang out, and just enjoy you. He's going to say, "You're going to pet me? Pet me. Please, just give me some pets. Let's go hang out. You want to make sure no one goes into your house? Look at a dog like that coming inside of that house. They ain't breaking in." People do research. And like, this might sound messed up, but it works. Foster a few dogs. Take one in and hold on to it for a little while and see its quirks, see how it works with you. See if it's what you're willing to deal with. Because a lot of these dogs, we see it right away. This is why I say, don't give them no treats. Don't give them no praise. Don't give them nothing. Just put them on a leash and hang out with the dog and see what the dog does. See how the dog interacts with you. If you got to like give it treats to try to get that dog to stay with you, just stay away from the dog, because the dog don't want to be with you. Just allow the dog, if the dog wants to be with you, let it be with you and say, okay, that's my dog. This dog wants to be with me, just me. Cool, keep that. That's your dog right there, straight up. That's your dog. But if you got to like do extraness to get that dog to come near you, even look at you, stay away from that dog. Just say, you know what, this one, it's not for me. Let me try the next one out in reality. Because at the end of the day, you're still helping out. You're clearing out and be able to maneuver and be able to give dogs a chance. Because the more that we're playing these games with them to try to force them to be with us, the more we're manipulating the dogs and messing them up in reality. So just do research, please, and learn what are your goals. And once you figure that out, then go ahead and get into this and start to figure out what is it that you want.